So we're going to be talking about interpreting the unit rate as slope. So first, the constant of proportionality for a proportional relationship is the same as the slope. A unit rate is the rate where the second quantity is 1. So unit rate is just 1. So our example number 1 says, every 3 seconds, 4 cubic feet of water pass over a dam. Draw a graph of the situation. Find the unit rate of this proportional relationship. So step 1 is to make a table. So it's seconds and feet. So we're going to have seconds on top and feet on the bottom. So the first one they gave us is 3 and 4. So 3 seconds is 4 feet. So 6 seconds would be 8 feet because we're just doubling it. 9 seconds, so we're adding another 3 to it. We're going to do 8 plus 4 to make 12. Then we're going to do 12. We're adding another 3. If we add another 3, that'll be 15. So that's our seconds. So I need to add another 4 to 12, 16, and then 20. Then we're going to make a graph of it. So all we're going to do is we're going to plot the points. So our seconds are going to be our x's, and our feet are going to be our y's. So, but first we have to actually label this graph. So we have our x-axis and our y-axis, and we have our time is going to go here because that was our seconds. Remember, time is in seconds. And then on this side, it's going to be our cubic feet. Besides doing that, we also have to do the number line. So it goes 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So 0 is always at the corner. Then we're going to have 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. And it's okay that we're not using all of the numbers. Then on this side, we have 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. So remember, when you're graphing points, you always do the x first. So we're going to go 3, 4. Then we're going to go 6, 8, 9, 12. 12 is 16. 15 is 20. And then it says find the slope. So you can pick any 2 points. So pick 2 points. Then, once you've picked your 2 points, we're going to use the formula. So I'm just going to use 0, 0, and 3, 4. You could have used 3, 4, 6, 8. You could have used any points from this table. So once you do that, you have to label the points. So they're x, y points. And then there's 2 points. This is point number 1, and this is point number 2. So point number 1 is going to have little 1s next to the x and y, and point number 2 is going to have little 2s. Then we're using this equation. Your slope equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And we're plugging them in. So we have our slope is going to equal our y2 is 4 minus, it's always minus in between, our y1 is 0 divided by our x2 is 3 minus, again, it's always minus, our x1 is 0. So our slope is 4 over 3. Let's go down here to example number 2. So it says the equation y equals 2.7x represents the rate in barrels per hour. So that's why down here we have hours and barrels. That oil is pumped from well A. The graph represents the rate at which the oil is pumped from well B. Which well pumped oil faster? So the first thing is, for this equation, because this is well A, right here, this 2.75, that's going to be our slope. So we're going to draw a table for 2.75 first. So I'm going to make a table. We're going to have, let's see, it's barrels per hour right here. So hours is going to go on top, and barrels is going to go on the bottom of our table. And I'm just going to do for 3 hours. So I was going to make this 3 columns. So we're going to have hour 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to figure out how many barrels it was. Well, at hour 1, we're plugging in 1. So 2.75 times 1 is going to be 2.75. At hour 2, it's going to be 5.50. And at hour 3, it's going to be 8.25. You could also use your table in your calculator. Remember, you turn it on, and you're clicking this button right here, table. So it says y equals 2.75x, and remember the x is right here. Enter, 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 enter. And then so right here are the numbers we just found. Okay, it says step 2, use the table to find the slope of the graph of well A. Well, it's already in y equals mx plus b form. There's no b on it, but that's okay. We care about this m because that's the slope. The m is the slope, so because it's already y equals 2.75x, we already have the slope right here, 2.75. So our slope is 2.75 for well A. Step 3, use the graph to find the slope of well B. Well, we have to choose 2 nice points on the graph. So I'm going to use 0, 0. And I'm also going to use, let's see, I'm going to use this one just because it looks nice. So that is, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So they're going by 2s on the bottom. So let's go down. It's right there. So that's an 8. So this is 8, 20 at this point. 820 is the one we're going to use. So we're using 820 and 0, 0. So I have xy, 1, 1, 2, 2. And we're using the slope equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That's always the formula we're going to use when we're using 2 points. So I have 0 minus 20 over 0 minus 8, which gives me negative 20 over negative 8. But if I actually divide those two, negative 20 divided by negative 8, I get 2.5. 2.5 is my slope. Now we're going to compare the unit rates. So well A, we already found it over here. It's 2.75. Well B is 2.5. So which well pumped at a faster rate? Well A. Because it's 2.75 and that's a bigger number than 2.5. Okay, on the back we have some more practice. So it says Thomas rides his bike at a steady rate of 2 miles every 10 minutes. Graph the situation, find the unit rate of this proportional relationship, and refer to example 1 if you get stuck. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a table. So we have minutes and miles. So minutes is always going to be our x. Our time is going to be our x. And miles is the y. So we know at 10 minutes they went 2 miles, which means at 20 minutes they went 4 miles, and at 30 minutes they went 6 miles. Step 2 is going to be the graph. So we have 10, 20, 30, and those were minutes. And then our miles are our y, and they went 2, 4, and 6. So we're graphing our points, 0, 0, 2, 2, 2, 2. So that's what our graph looks like. So we've graphed it. It says find the unit rate of this proportion. So that means we're finding the slope. So our step 3 is to find the slope. So I'm going to use 0, 0, and I'm just going to use 10, 2 because that's the first point. I'm just going to use this one. So x, y, 1, 1, 2, 2. Okay, remember it's m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You don't have to memorize that because they give that to you on the EOC, but you're going to use this for the rest of your high school career, so it doesn't hurt to kind of just remember it. So y2 is 2 minus y1 is 0, x2 is 10 minus x1 is 0. So we have 2 over 10, but that reduces to 1 over 5. So that's the unit rate of this proportion. For every 1 minute, they went 5 miles. Okay, so I want you guys to try this one. And you can find the answer for this one on our Canvas page.